What all-inclusive resorts do not require dining reservations? Dining reservations are a hot topic among all-inclusive resort goers. Hi, I'm Angie, a travel agent who has been to over 200 all-inclusive resorts across the Caribbean and Mexico. I share my expertise here on YouTube and one-on-one with my clients. So dining reservations. When and where are you eating dinner each night of your all-inclusive vacation? Now, the pros to resort accepting dining reservations is you have that certainty. You know when and where you're going to have dining each evening. But the two big cons are flexibility and the process to get those dining reservations. So in terms of flexibility, a lot of people don't want to have to set dining reservations because they don't want to be the one pulling their kids out of the pool. Or if you're having a great conversation or a great time at the swim up bar, you don't want to have someone looking at you being like, time to go get ready for dinner or we're gonna miss our reservation. The other con is usually the process for trying to get those dinner reservations. You show up at the resort and you try to make dinner reservations and the only thing you can get is 9 p.m. or 9:30 p.m. reservations at the restaurants you really want to go to, but you're the type of person that on vacation you're asleep by 9:30, so that's not going to work great. Maybe you have to get up early in the morning because dining reservations are only available the same day. All of that is kind of a bummer when you're thinking about your vacation. Now, the pros of a resort not accepting or not even requiring dining reservations is that you have that flexibility. However you're feeling, whatever you want to go, if you feel like room service one night, you get room service. If you feel like the steakhouse one night, you head there. But the big con of that is that means you're going to be waiting for dinner. So a lot of times you may read reviews online that say, oh, I had to wait an hour and a half for dinner every night. Well, if you think about it, that's when you showed up to put your name in the reservation. So if a restaurant opens at 5, you have to assume there's a big group of people that are gonna show up at 5 p.m. Well, their dinner's probably gonna take an hour to an hour and a half, maybe even longer if they're slow to order. So that means the restaurant's gonna be basically full from 5 to 6:30. Now, if you show up at 5:30, you're definitely waiting an hour for those tables to clear at 6:30. One tip that a lot of people have done is to show up about half an hour or so into the first dinner seating. So basically at half an hour after the restaurant opens as they're heading back from the pool. Put their name on the wait list, go get ready for dinner, come back, and the table might be available. Now, you do risk being skipped over if you're not at the restaurant right when they call your name, but after a day or two at the resort, you'll get a pretty good sense of how long wait times are gonna be depending on when you show up to put your name in and which resorts are the hard to get into restaurants. Let's go through the list of the major resort chains that do not require reservations. Before I go through the list, I want to give you two exceptions to what I'm about to say. First, most resorts will require reservations for teppanyaki due to limited seating. Second, if you book an upgraded room category, for instance, at Ryu, the Elite Club, even though Ryu doesn't require dining reservations, Elite Club may let you have them. Secrets, adults only, all-inclusive resorts do not require reservations. Dreams is their sister family brand. Breathless is their adults only kind of party vibe brand. In Riviera Maya, you have Hyatt Ziva Riviera Maya and Hyatt Zilara Riviera Maya. Live Aqua, both in Cancun and in Punta Cana, does not require reservations. The Royalton Resorts don't require reservations, but Diamond Club may be able to make them. And then you have a large number of other independent one-of resorts like Valentine Imperial that don't require dinner reservations. And that's why you book with me. You can use my expert advice to kind of figure out what the dining policies are at the different resorts you're interested in. Email Angie at tripswithangie.com.